read a quote once that forever rocked me to my core. When we deny our stories, they define us, but when we own our stories, we get to write a brave new ending. I denied my story for years, but about 3 years ago, I decided it was time to write a brave new ending. 8 years ago, I was a mess. I was still silently struggling with an eating disorder that had consumed my life for years, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Hospitalized in high school, but nearly a decade later, I was exhausted, stuck, embarrassed, ashamed, so ashamed of the lies, binging at night, eating in secrecy. My daily routine: restrict, binge, spend hours at the gym to wake up and do it all over again. I was enslaved to the numbers on the elliptical, the scale, Diet Mountain Dew, sugar-free Red Bull, diet pills, laxatives. That was my story for years. I had tried every recovery program out there, but the more I pressed in, the greater the obsessions. These obsessions kept me from showing up in life. By the grace of God, I found myself pregnant, excited, but terrified I might lose the baby. I was still running 8 miles daily and eating a very limited diet. Insert God. He knew I would show up for others before I would do a darn thing for myself. So when the patient's mom, Kathy, shared fruits and veggies in a capsule, we said yes, not for me, but for the sweet girl growing inside of me, Amy Lynn, and for my husband, who's a type 1 diabetic. His health was going the wrong way. We said yes out of desperation and fear. No expectations for what might happen. As my depleted, starving body and brain became flooded with excellent nutrition, those all-consuming obsessions, thoughts, behaviors became less controlling. I began learning more about the healing power of food. My transformation in finding a healthier relationship between food, diet, and exercise took place slowly over time. Change was happening, but I was unwilling to own my story. Embrace the struggle. Embrace the suck. Be honest with myself. Get curious about self-limiting beliefs and a lot of stinking thinking. And I was unwilling to get uncomfortable and explore the darkness. But insert God, once again, he knew I would show up for others before I would show up for myself. And y'all, secretly I had prayed for a tribe of women that would point me to the cross. And boy, did he show up and show off. This is my favorite part of my story. This community loved me before I loved myself. They believed in me and they inspired me to do life well. And it was this community that showed me what living a life of faith truly meant. And it was through relationships in this mission, this amazing team, led by Chuck and Anita, forever grateful for y'all, that I was inspired to cultivate my own relationship with God. No way would I have been able to find freedom with food had I not cultivated the ability to trust him. Trust that all things God works for the good of those who love him. Y'all, the inside work, the heart work is the most important work. But if you start there, it will change everything. Through this journey of healing my relationship with food, I started to find myself. I found my voice. I found the young, joyful, energetic Laura buried under the self-limiting beliefs and the insecurities. I started to feel alive again. I embraced the struggle because in the struggle is where I found myself. I was fighting freedom with food, freedom with exercise, and freedom in life. So what changed 3 years ago? I changed. I embraced the struggle. I owned my story. I shared my story with the world. I got comfortable with the uncomfortable. I see imperfections as strengths, not weaknesses, challenges as opportunities to grow. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. And I surrendered to the one who's really in control. Our life, our marriage, our faith, our future is forever changed because of this mission and this community. And I would be selfish not to share it with others. These people standing next to me are my why. Julie, you're my biggest supporter. I'm forever grateful for you. You supported me during the crazy years. And you might say my crazy years are now. Did you share that on social media? I did. Yes, I did. Thank you for being a good sport when it comes to personal development. No, I've been into a lot of stuff. And Emmy and Virginia, I'm so proud of you all. Thank you for being my biggest cheerleaders, my honest taste testers, and my partners in crime. And thank you for inspiring me to deal with my own stuff so that your future looks different and bright. And Mom and Dad, so grateful y'all are here. Dad, thank you for modeling that often the easiest choice is not the best choice. And speaking the truth from a place of love, even when it's hard, is always best. And Mom, thank you for being you. Thank you for being the most kind, selfless, thoughtful person. Your joy is contagious. And my rising strong team over here, you have my heart and you are my why. I am so super proud of you. You choose courage over comfort daily. You love like I do. You desire a better future, not only for your families, but for others. You are committed to showing up and having a positive impact in this world, and I'm so grateful for your friendships. It is my greatest joy to see you flourish and fulfill your calling in this world. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. And together we rise by lifting others. And I can't end without mentioning Emmy's story. Because I embraced my own struggle, I was equipped to help Emmy embrace hers. At 18 months old, she was diagnosed with the antibodies for type 1 diabetes, and that, y'all, took our breath away. They said she would need insulin within a year. But y'all, we had this community, the resources, the tools in our toolbox to be armed and fight this war. And today, praise God, she's 7.5 and her A1C is normal. And that is not our story. Diabetes is not her story. And the fear of having a type 1 diabetic has turned into passion, fueling our why to embrace this mission and share it on an entirely new level. So 6 years ago, wherever Anita is, 6 years ago when I sat on that floor watching Anita give her NMD speech, a little seed was planted in a lonely, self-conscious girl. Never in a million years would I have had the guts to say that this was a dream. But October 2020, with a tribe of rising women, that dream has become a reality. Because owning our story and loving ourselves through the process is the bravest thing we will ever do. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me. Aww.